Alright, so here's a 2010 Mustang. It's been wrecked. We've got to get it in the garage and I'll give you the grand tour. Before we do that, we've got to get a battery in it and get it cleaned up. What's the first rule in tightening the bolt? Right, lefty loosey, righty tighty. That's right.
We're calling her Sally. So right here, this is where most of the damage was taken. The whole front bumper has been hit pretty bad. The radiator was busted and all the antifreeze was dripping out.
It was a pretty good hit taken right on that front cross member, and it's busted the radiator and front condenser.
Driver's side airbags deployed, the seat and the steering wheel, and then all the plastic pieces busted out.
So what are you going to do about the seat? You going to sew that up yourself?
No, we're going to replace the seats, front and back.
Replace the seats.
We're going to put leather seats in.
Leather seats.
Today we're going to be working on Project Sally. We're going to be taking out her seats. We're going to be working on the interior, taking out the SRS module and the locked up seat belts. Stick around. What in the world?
Save all the money.
That's not money.
That's nice. Why are the speakers breaking?
The speakers are underneath the seat?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah,
You can pull it out.
It's weird.
You can pull it out your way.
Oh my gosh. You can tell we're working on a Ford.
okay.
All right, when you make sure you're on it before you press the trigger. See, you ain't been working on this thing 10 minutes and already wanting the big guns. It's got some double stick tape or something.
Yeah,
there it is. There we go. So when the accident happened and the seatbelt locked up, this piece of plastic right here broke off of the lower quarter trim.
We got it.
So right there is our module that we're going in after. Slides that way.
Holy grail.
Guys, it's day 2 of our interior disassembly, and this evening we're going to be tackling the clock spring. We're going to be removing that busted airbag out of the steering wheel. We're going to be removing the steering wheel and replacing the clock spring. We're also got some cleaning up to do because it looks like a Mustang has actually thrown up in this garage.
I heard
All right. There's. Got it? Here's a look at one busted up airbag. There we go, not too bad. I think it's supposed to just be torqued at 41. Should just pop out.
Wow.
I watched some videos on how to remove this clock spring. None of them really told me that you had to take this part out. And with this metal ring here, it actually goes in between this piece right here. And for some reason we got it out, but we never could get it back in without removing this. So we've removed this, a little bit extra work. This is our first time doing this. We are flying by the seat of our pants, but we're learning as we go, and you guys are learning with us. Stay tuned for the next embarrassing situation. I've got a surprise for Sam. All right, Sam. There's a surprise for you in this interior. Yeah, that's the new one.
This is a birthday present?
Yep. What do you think of that? Huh?
Did you just do this?
I just finished putting it in. I've worked on it all week. I had to redo that steering column. Not the column, but the steering harness. I had to get the wiring to work for the cruise control because it was a little bit different. So I don't have, and I thought it came with the switches and the chrome pieces or silver pieces that lock the switches in place, but it don't, so we got to get them.
Okay, that's okay.
See where the colors come off of that?
Mm-hmm. That doesn't blend.
Huh?
That doesn't blend.
It does. Once I wipe it.
Goes all the way to here. Was broken off in the accident, but we glued it back on, and it doesn't even, you can't even see the crack from here. Yeah.
Alright, just center. Let me get on my side first. We gotta get it under, and we gotta get I think I'm sitting in a forward.
Hey, huh? Jeff, I saw him at the car show, and he told me the same thing he said. He finally got something good in that garage.
Yeah?
That's what he said. But he owns a Mustang. He owns a GT 2005, maybe 7.
Yeah, we won't hold that against him. Still a spare, try to relax.
What?
Let's throw that in a pile in the back. You got this car's been repainted. Yeah, because that normally wouldn't have happened from the factory. Yeah, this thing may have been in a previous accident before this one. Here's another indication that we're just now noticing. This one is a lot more faded than the driver's side. So most likely this was a newer one versus this one. And you can also see evidence of painting around the edges. You want the impact?
That's alright. No.
Cletus, don't do that. No, no. You're gonna pee on something. You go in there and pee on that Ford. Hey, Sam, what rhymes with third?
What?
Turd? When this thing got pushed, the rubber mounts got pushed out of the cross member. This cross member got damaged. We got a new cross member to go in. But before we can do that, we got to get this mess out of the way.
Ew.
I know.
It's greasy.
I know. I don't have this problem working on Camaros.
Oh my gosh.
Is it too late to put gloves on?
Go into the house, get a half bucket of warm water with soap in it, just for you to wash your hands in the garage.
Yep.
You didn't want to walk in the house and go to the sink and wash your hands yourself? No. You made me get a bucket of water?
Yep. I didn't want all that crap all over my tools.
I went to the house.
Huh?
Griffin.
What?
This guy made me go get half a bucket of water just to wash his hands without leaving the garage.
Yeah.
This is not normal. Why are you acting like this is normal?
If I was smart.
You would have went in the house.
No. If I was smart, I would put a bathroom in this garage with a sink.
You would never leave this place if you did that.
The next thing you would do is build a room. A little room, bounce off the back.
Have a couch, have a bed.
I thought working in the garage in flip-flops was bad. Griff works in the garage barefooted.
Oh.
Sammy is too.
It's leaking.
Hey, Sammy.
Yeah.
Your third is puking on my floor.
I don't think that's puke.
It's peeing.
It's peeing on the floor.
It's peeing.
Oh, Lord, it's peeing.
He knows what I'm talking
I
about.
don't feel like working on this turd anymore. Folks, we take our radiators out of the bottom.
I have a tatty bit of experience packing final.
I can't believe you're in this garage barefooted.
I want you to daughter then.
I don't know what this thing's going to do with this sway bar, so you guys just look out. Swing down a little bit.
Don't tell me this is welded too. There it goes.
She's dropping.
Yeah, she's under a little bit of pressure, not much. Okay.
He said she's on a little bit of pressure, not much. Oh, okay.
Easy. Easy. Oh gosh. Be easy.
Be easy.
I don't think you can.
Be easy.
Easy, girl.
Is she out?
Not fully. Is she?
Almost out. I'm getting my crap dirty with this Ford crap.
Hey.
You know?
Hey.
These dang
Hey, boy.
birds.
Huh?
Hey, boy.
These dang birds.
Got a daggone mess. We're in the mess of our life.
We're not a swapping her.
Sammy,
She is a Ford.
Sammy, let me tell you something. You done got me into something made me wish I'd never been born.
Hey. Hey. I'm gonna go
Sam.
deaf. That was not me.
Well, somehow or another the button got flipped and I was tightening it. Let's just double check everything and make sure.
That's good. That's good.
Alright guys, so the crew was real excited to get those damaged parts off the car. However, now we can truly see the damage that's been done to the front end of this Mustang. And although it didn't look like much, there is a problem. This passenger side frame rail looks to be about a 1/2 inch off from the driver's side. It's actually bent upwards, and we can tell that just because the bottom of this impact bar has been pushed up. That damage is very noticeable. And also by looking at the cross members that we have. I actually have a donor piece, and when we compare it, we can definitely see that the radiator support mounts are also off at least a 1/2 inch. It's just barely off. But if I raise it to get it level, you can see right there, it's about a 1/2 inch. Here is the carnage where we actually cut this loose, and you can see definitely a 1/2 inch. This side right here is now in a relaxed state, and you're talking about something difficult to cut. That is high strength steel. Or is going to have to make a trip to the frame machine to get this fixed. And I'm just using a piece of 80 grit on sandpaper. My main concern is just getting a little bit of paint where they straightened out this buckle when they had it on the frame machine. A hard area to get to. And we've already had the fuse block off when we was doing the pulling, and I don't want to take it back off. Yep. So Sam has been saving her own money from working, and she's bought all these parts herself, with the exception of the steering wheel. That was a gift. That was a gift. That one went in a little bit better than that old one came out.
Yeah, we took that down under.
Alright, so you can see right there, our radiator is sitting in the rubber bumper on our subframe. They actually make a metal, I don't know if it's aluminum or a cast housing to replace this plastic one, and a lot of people convert to that. But we're trying to keep the cost down at this point, and so we're just doing what we got to do. Some people actually take the throttle body off to do this. We didn't really have to, just where we were just changing the thermostat only. And actually the guy at the parts store said this thermostat had been changed before because it was like a 190 degree thermostat, and the book actually called for 192, but I mean it was a Motorcraft, so I'm almost of the belief that it came with this 1167. All right, guys, we let the simple green sit in this container for about 24 hours, and really there was no change from last night. I even tried some hot water. I drained the simple green back into the container and put hot water in it, really shook it, hoping that that dirt would loosen up and go away, but it didn't work. This thing has about 3 different compartments in it, and you can get the rag in one compartment here, but there's another one over to the front and this one over to this side, and you just can't. So I was like, well, what could I use? Years ago when I was younger, I was always into aquariums, and I still had some of my aquarium gravel. So I did fill it up with aquarium gravel, and that's what's in there now. Just, I don't know, about a half a cup full. You can hear the noise that it's making. What it has done, it has allowed that gravel to go into those separate compartments, and it is getting rid of the dirt. As you can see here, it's coming off. Now, some of this that you're seeing here and over in here, that's the gravel there. You can see when I move it around. So hopefully we don't have no trouble getting this gravel out and want to wash it several times. And right here's a look at that gravel that I was using. I expected this antifreeze to have a little bit more color than this.
Yeah, me too.
On that transmission cooler. Looks like we get to go back into that again. Alright, here's a look at our new transmission cooler that we've installed. We went ahead and installed this off camera. Alright guys, we got this transmission cooler in, and the condenser is bolted back up. So I forgot to hit record. So we got it running. We got the fan on, and now we're checking for leaks on the new trans cooler. Alright guys, we got a runner. We got fluids in it, and hopefully everything is ready to go. Don't remember taking these off? This is one of the very first parts we took off the car. So you can see the importance of a digital photo, because it's been months since we actually took these off the car. Here's a first look of the rubber ductwork pieces here, and we only got 3 of the push pins, so we're going to have to order one, but Sam's going to go ahead and get that installed. So our original horn was destroyed, and we've ordered a replacement off of eBay, but something that I just noticed, our connector is also damaged, so I'm going to have to look for a new connector. Sam's going to go ahead and install our horn, and that way we've at least got it on the car. Feel pretty good about it?
Yeah.
Alright, there's a new set of horns on the car, or actually a new set of used horns. That was a used part.
Which one?
That one over there.
Looks new.
Yeah.
Are we missing something?
There it is.
There it goes.
There she is. Question is, will she come out?
Oh man. My knee.
Going over?
Does it go over the headlights or under the headlights?
It goes over. Alright, not too bad looking. We did run into a few issues. So, it's fitting pretty good around the headlight and around this fender. There's none of the bottom pieces in, So once all this gets pulled in right, and I believe this is going to line up a little bit better right here. And this is the good side. These are those aftermarket bumper retainers that we put on. We had one Ford OEM one, and on both sides we never could get the bumper to fit in the latch. It was just fighting us. So I ended up taking this right side off, putting the Ford one back on, and we was able to get this side in, and everything looks good. This other side, we've got the aftermarket one on, and it just will not latch. So also the headlight on this,
Yeah, we may have two different headlights on there.
yeah, we've got two different headlights like Sam said, but we're having trouble with the headlight's actually part of the bumper mounting system, because without this piece this whole area is just going to flop loose. So we took another headlight that we had. It's also busted, but we put a big washer on it to give it some stability. And that's about where we're at. We're going to order another Ford OEM piece here and see if we can't get this thing to fit. Tackle the project that we've really been looking forward to, and that is finishing up our steering wheel. We finally got all our components in. We got our new airbag. We got the trim pieces for the steering wheel. And we've got our switches. Well, scratch that. Do you guys see what we see? These are all brand new pieces. This piece looks like metallic. This piece looks metallic. This piece looks charcoal gray. I tell you what am I going to do with this Ford? Are you ready to convert to a Camaro yet? Oh my gosh. You get it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
What was that noise? Oh.
Almost hit it. Alright, let's see. Oh, you know what? There it is.
Did you hook it up?
No, not yet.
Yeah, right there on the money.
So, I'll tell you what. Let's fold this back here. Raise it up.
Well, that's a good idea.
Alright, give me.
May have left that a little too long, but we'll dress it if we got to put a little wire tie or something on it. You know what they say about wiring, don't you? You can always cut it, but you ain't gonna stretch it. Alright, that clicked in.
Alright guys, we're going to test this seat out, see if it works. We got the battery hooked up, and hopefully everything is good to go. Now that part's not power.
I know. It just felt weird.
It's pretty far back.
I'm trying to make it even.
Yay!
It shakes a little bit. But yeah. It shakes going back. You see it? Going
Yeah.
up's fine.
It's pivoting.
It's like
It's
the
doing
Buick.
this.
Yeah, it's like the Buick. It doesn't raise. It just raises one side.
Yeah. Cool. Alright. Power seats and a base Mustang.
Just about.
So when Sammy was little, we had this thing at the supper table where I'd take a 2 liter of Coca-Cola, fill my glass. I like to fill it all the way to the very rim without it going over. And I like for it to be quick. And that way I called it a perfect pour. And we've had several accidents at the table trying to replicate that perfect pour. So there's that.
We still do that.
So we did take a little bit out of this instead of filling it all the way up, because we noticed it is right next to the computer and the fuse blocks. Nice going, Ford. You really thought this out. 2 on the steering wheel installed. So we went ahead and we ordered the correct piece. So now we have matching chrome inserts for the steering wheel. We've also got new switches, and we've got our new airbag along with the reattachment hardwire. Push your front in first. You'll feel it start to go. Feel it?
Yeah. One's two.
Went ahead and put a little piece of tape on the end of our screw, because the last thing I want is this thing falling off and falling down into the steering column. It looks good.
No! My job.
She's wanting to pull that plastic off. Look at that. Okay, that
Yep,
works.
it works.
So now, do you remember if you hit the key fob, if the horn chirped?
Yeah, if you lock it. Well, it does it occasionally. Sometimes it'll do it twice, sometimes it'll do it once.
Hey,
That's a good sign. Do it again.
try the horn. That works.
Oh, gosh.
I think it's all right for now. I guess you'd call it loose end is this tail panel. This is totally separate of the collision repair, but it is a problem and it needs to be dealt with. The 3M tape has just come loose over time. So we'll make a couple reference areas. We're going to pop this off, clean it, and then reinstall it with new tape. Now we'll prep the bottom of the car. All right, YouTube, one more task off the list. One thing that I just couldn't stand was just how bad this taillight looked. This third brake light, it's oxidized pretty good, and the replacements aren't very expensive, so I thought we would just go ahead and replace this part while we were back here. So this Ford just wants to come apart. It's just throwing bolts at us. So this actually fell once we removed the insulation. Every time the previous owner shut the trunk, it's like something's loose in this thing.
It looks really
All right, what an amazing transformation that is. Oh, there it is, yeah. Looks good, Sam. All right, so we cleaned this trunk out a few days ago, and it just had some old wrappers and everything in it. But, you know, there's been some water damage back in here, and also you can see where the threaded stud for the spare tire is coming up through the carpet. This piece of, I guess you'd call it cardboard or maybe MDF or something, you can see that it's warped really bad. And like I said, we've cleaned it up, but still pieces of it is coming off of the hole there onto the spare tire. And like I mentioned, it just don't fit right. So we had a box arrive in the mail today, and it's a big surprise to Sam. She has no idea what it is. So let's go over there and check it out. Let's show it.
That's cool.
This here was actually a bonus to buying this, because I was really after a used original. So take that over there and set it down on the lift. Ours don't have the pull tab. It don't have these plastic pieces here that goes in to the mating holes on the plastic. So this is the replacement one, and you can see it's got the 2 dowels coming through the end here, and these should pop into our plastic pieces or just lay into them. There's some cutouts for them.
Yeah, that looks normal.
Yeah, that's, see, we had a huge gaping hole back here, and this is these dowel pins, and they should go right there and right there. Now this, I don't have any support here, and I'll show you what I plan to do for that in a moment. So there it is. That looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Sides. They don't really stay up that easy. All right, guys, the next thing we've got to do is protect that new trunk mat that we bought. And to do that, we're going to make basically a plate that threads onto the rod that basically will act as a protector to keep this rod from pushing up through that MDF board. You ready?
Ooh, it's scary.
You know what?
Lights turned off.
Yeah, but got to turn the gas on.
What just happened?
Huh?
What just happened?
I forgot to turn the gas on.
So why'd the lights turn off?
It's auto darkening.
Wear a mask?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It goes dark, so it protects your eyes. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. I'm just trying to get it dialed in.
Am I gonna get burned?
Huh?
Am I gonna get burned?
All right.
Well, I don't want to get burned.
We'll burn it just a second. But we went ahead and we finished our little spinner piece here, and actually finished it all the way out, and did some powder coating to it. We powder coated it bright safety yellow, and that way, in case you got it laying on the side of the road, you're changing the spare tire, it sticks out and you won't forget it. But we're going to go ahead and get this installed in the back, and we'll see how it works. All right. All right, guys, so we got the aftermarket trunk mat back in the car, and with the new spinner attached, you can see this area here is really firm, all the way basically around this whole center section. There is a little bit of give over here in the between the spinner and the frame rail on both sides, but not much. And like I said, if you put something pretty good size in the trunk now, it is going to be supported. So we thought we were done with the interior, but one item that I just could not stand was this mirror. And I don't know if Sam can get real close and just show you how hammered this mirror is. I mean, it's pretty rough. So we got a replacement. This is actually a Ford mirror. And these are just plain Jane mirrors. There's nothing special about these mirrors. You know what I do?
What?
I just rip that mirror off, because what's behind you is not important.
Was that on Talladega Nights?
Cannonball Run. Actually, I think it's Cannonball Run Part 2.
This list is longer than a few months ago, before we made all this progress.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Especially when you're dealing with FORD. Alright, so we're working on getting these lift points installed on the Mustang. We already got the driver's side done, and this is the front driver's side. You can see how they tuck up between the rocker panel molding. Right there is the rear driver's side. We've got one more left to do on the passenger side, and Sam's working on it right now.
How do you make it look so easy? How did you make it look so easy?
It's always easier when you watch somebody else do it.
Should be pretty snug.
Alright guys, so those lift points are going to come in very handy when we get to using this scissor lift behind us. And these newer cars are pretty difficult to jack up as it is, so we highly recommend them. We can't wait to try them out. Our next project is updating these fender emblems. We've got the new script style 4.0, and we also got a new horse badge. All right, so you can see here, these 4.0 emblems are in pretty rough shape. The red's faded. The actual horse emblem is in real bad shape. All the colors come out of it. We've got a slightly different one of these. Alright guys, right here is the look. And I gotta say, I like the updated 4.0 emblems. And I like the black on the pony. So the hard part will be, we'll make a template of what we did on this side, and then we'll match the other side with what we did over here.
I think it's okay if there's a foul spot.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, nobody is going to be sitting here feeling her fender.
You'll
And if
see
they
it
do,
of
that's
it.
a little weird.
You'll see it in the reflection of the paint.
How bad?
You don't know until it's done, but you'll see it. Alright, I think it did it.
Really?
Yeah, it don't take much to move metal. Probably a good thing to get that plastic off of there anyway, so it don't cause any issues. Alright guys, so getting ready to sign this front bumper impact bar. Go ahead and write your name on it. Only very few people will know that Miss Sammy has her name on the front of her car.
This is my car. These are the reused.
Oh, I want the new ones.
Just new?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
tube. I'll tell you what else I was gonna do.
Oh, she purdy.
You need a light, Sam?
No, this is plenty.
Okay guys, it is December 24th and I just wanted to come online here and just give you guys an update on the car. I wanted to show you we did get the calipers painted red, and I think it was about 3 coats, and we got the brake pads installed. Right there's a good look at the front. Really looks good. Really like the way it turned out. If you could see underneath Project Sally there, right there, you can see that I've got the tires and wheels pushed under the car. Now, my wife's going to be coming out here as well as Miss Sammy, and we've told Sam that her mom wanted to see the calipers and the rotors before we actually put the wheels and tires on. Plus she wanted to see what they look like through the wheels and tires with them being red. So she's gonna be coming out, and Sam has no idea that we have swapped out the wheels and tires. This is kind of an early Christmas present. These are actually off of a late model Mustang. I've had the new TPMS sensors and valve stems put in, and I've also got new lug nuts for them. So it should be pretty interesting to see what she thinks. This is kind of an early Christmas present for Sam. She just completed up her first semester in college in computer programming, and she did really good. Real proud of her. She's living on campus about 2.5 hours away from home, and she's really matured, so I wanted to do something special for her. Like I said, she has pretty much bought all of the main components. And now that she's transitioned into a full-time student and away from home, she's not working. So I've kind of been helping out on some of this. There's a few more things to come, but she don't even know that yet. We'll keep that part a secret till later, but for now, we're going to go ahead and see what she thinks of the new wheels and tires.
Oh, that's nice, honey. What's it gonna look like with the tire on it?
I don't know, Sammy. Grab a wheel. We'll put one on it.
Let's put one on.
Grab a wheel. What?
They're heavy.
Huh?
What is this?
What do you think it is?
I want a present early too. Goodness.
What do you
That's
think?
your big surprise. This is your Christmas Eve present. You don't get one tonight.
Oh my.
I told you you'd get a big Christmas.
What do you think of that?
They look awesome.
Are they beautiful?
I got a lot of Christmas cooking to do.
Alright, I love you. I love you.
I think it changes the looks of the whole car. I'll give you an idea what she looks like with the new shoes. If we walk over here to the driver's side, that's what we've got. I've got the other two in the back there. We still got to do the brakes on this side.
We had time putting all of this in.
There it is. A really nice part. But now there's one thing that has drove me crazy on this grill, and I didn't realize it was on the grill. So I have spent hours of research trying to figure out where the ambient temperature sensor mounts. And this is it right here. It's just laying loose in the floor right now. Everybody on the forums always said that it mounted to the front bumper cover, which it don't. They showed pictures of it and it looked like it did, and that's a reproduction bumper cover. It's not a Ford. And I was like, well, I'll just have to find somewhere else to mount it because this repo doesn't have the two little notches. However, when you look at the lower grille, this actually comes through on the bumper cover, and then that little sensor mounts to the grille. So I just figured that out the other night finally. And like I said, that little detail has drove me crazy.
protector here. And I want us to kind of just work it in. Remember, it's got to go under these lights. That part of the bumper's got to fit under these lights. And then when we get to the edges, I'm not worried about getting these locked first. That'll be last. What I'm worried about is getting it around this part on both sides. We don't want to force nothing. We are dealing with painted surface. Hopefully it's flexible. It's got SPI epoxy primer under it. So we'll just have to take our time with it. And I'm going to go in one way where it click. There, I heard it click. All right. Let me sit it out some. There.
Is the connector?
No, on the frame. On that, it's holding here. There it is.
Oh.
It was holding on the waist bar. All right. Now hold what you got.
It's too high right here.
Guys, we got the front end on the car. Now, it didn't go on very easy. There was a lot of moments that were very trying, to say the least. But we've got it clipped in. We end up taking the inner fenders back out and then pushing them under the bumper. It was just too hard to pull the bumper around all of that. We're going to give you a close-up view on everything. And overall, we're pretty happy with the way it turned out. We're both relieved that we got it on the car without any major damage. Now, the only thing I've ever heard ever since we started on this car is I want a pony package. I want a pony package. So we set out to buy a grill, which is pretty much what you get with the pony package. It's a different style grill. This one we bought new, and we bought it off of eBay, and it was about $140, and it came in broken. The corners are broken. And both corners, there are some tabs that are broken off of the back, and then just a lot of corrosion on the chrome here. We'll see if we can get this to focus.
And do a close up of it.
There it is. So guys, as I was saying, we had to change the battery out in the camera, but all I've heard is, I want a pony package, I want a pony package. But you can just see the corrosion that is just all over this chrome. So once I saw the corrosion that was on the chrome, I was kind of scared to buy another one. Even if it arrived in good shape, I was just like, well, forget it. So after countless hours of dealing with people on Facebook Marketplace that would just kind of talk to me a little bit and then ghost me, I just finally decided to bite the bullet on one I'd been watching on eBay for some time. Sam, grab it. It's an OEM, it's a pony package, and it came with the actual pony emblem.
So now I got two.
So now it's time to get this thing installed. So that's what we're going to work on next. Pony package!
Oh!
And I gotta tell you, that pony package grill really does look good. What?
I had the right idea with the pony package.
So everything turned out looking really good. These corners don't fit as well as I'd like them to. And we ended up taking the inner fender well back out and then just wedging it underneath. It was so much easier to do that versus trying to bend this all around. And we've got 2 new screws there. New lower grill. All this is new stuff. The bumper is a reproduction, and this side over here may fit a little bit better. Again, we got new bolts, and we finally got the push clips, all that we needed in the front for the closeout panel. And Baby sits low. Here we go. Let me get this jacket.
That is low, though.
Yeah.
That's really low.
Guys, Project Sally really looks good. I'm going to torque the wheels, and we'll give you a look around. Really hope I've got that scissor lift over there set up by the time we change the oil, because this car sits really low. Okay guys, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards with Project Sally. We've got her moved over here in my other bay while Sam's at school. And as you can see, I've got that real nice passenger side leather seat out. And I've got the original one back in, along with the red leather on the driver's side. And this is the one that came out of our original seat. One thing I can already tell is that this is a lot shorter. It goes in like this. So this is a whole lot shorter. So there's no way it's going to go the original way in this seat. Most likely it's going to come up. I'm going to have to probably put this module on some Velcro. I won't be able to use the bracket, I bet. So this here is where my occupancy sensor is. And like I said, this is some of the wires that I extended. This is the main harness coming down to the main plug for the car. This is pretty much how I did my power. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, way back in another episode. But like I said, you're not going to see none of this. It's going to be under the seat. I think that's going to look good. Let me give you a look. I know we're upside down, but you'll at least get an idea. And then you can see here, you can see that little bit of grade now, and it's going to blend in with the door panel. That actually worked pretty good. So as you can see, we've got the cover lay piece laid in here. It turned out really good. I did get a little bit of glue on it, but I got it off. In the process, I spilt the goo gone. You just want just a touch of that stuff. I was worried it would take the color out, but it didn't. Probably went a little too heavy on the edges. That's kind of where I got it. When I do the other side, I'm going to double the gloves up. Like I said, I've got these dollies sitting on here for weight. Still got
Just a touch of movement, not much. I got a pretty good bead of glue on there. Driver's side door has had a rough life. We had to glue it in several places. Again, all the original fasteners was gone, and we worked quite a bit on it, and it's presentable now. So this area right here is the area that I glued. And I got a little happy with the epoxy and actually glued over the hole that this little clip snaps in. These door panels pretty much complete the interior restoration on this car, along with our occupancy sensor switch out in the passenger seat. So guys, we'll schedule our state inspection this week. We'll bring you along for that. And then it'll be time for the final reveal of Project Sally. You'll want to stay tuned when we get the tags for Sally, because you really like what Sammy picked out for that.
Hang on. Gotta get my seat adjusted. Oh gosh, I can't see jack squat.
Sun is blinding me.
I'm nervous.
Well, just take your time.
Maybe I'm a little too nervous. I'm being a little
just take
silly.
your time, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Remember, you got new brakes on this thing.
So I need to be careful.
Yeah, just
Ready?
yeah.
I'm gonna go slow so Mom can catch up. I can't see. Don't know how wide I am.
What are you doing?
Waiting for Mom.
Can you see over the hood?
Yeah, a little.
It's gonna take you a while to get used to this thing. It's a lot different than Beauty.
It sounds so good. Oh, okay.
Watch those potholes the best you can.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, we made it. Miss Sammy's filling out the paperwork right now.
So we look like weirdos in
What?
the camera.
Yeah.
They're in there. They can see us.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Electric fan's on.
Yeah, my fan's on.
Yeah, the electric fan was on.
I had the AC on.
Oh.
I'll tell you what I did.
What?
I did a little something silly.
What'd you do?
I turned on the air, and then the whole way here I was like, oh my gosh, this air is hot. Like, it didn't hold. It has a leak. And then I realized this car is fancy. I have to press AC.
Oh, okay. So did it cool down?
It cooled down. It got cold. The Buick doesn't have an AC button. It also doesn't have an on and off button for the entire air.
There's our new state inspection sticker. So how'd the temperature gauge do?
It stayed at half the whole way.
Whole way. The electric fan was on when you pulled in, but that was probably because of the AC was on.
And it's like 90 degrees.
And it's 90 degrees, yep.
Okay guys, Miss Sammy is back from her vacation at Virginia Beach. Before she left, we had a chance to drive Project Sally a few times, and we do have a few little issues to work out. They're just small issues. So the first one, we noticed that we had just a small antifreeze leak, and we traced it back to this plastic thermostat housing. You can see there on the bottom just how bad that thing was leaking. It wasn't really leaking really bad on the car. It was just sort of a drip that was running behind the head and down the block and dripping out the first stud there on the oil pan on the passenger side. So if you remember in the previous episode, we did put a new thermostat in the car, but we didn't replace this housing. It wasn't leaking at the time, but once we actually started driving it a little bit, we just noticed that we had a small leak. So we have got Project Sally all put together. We've been constantly checking it for leaks and everything. One thing that we did change out, we did upgrade to this K&N filter. The original BBK filter was really worn and was showing its age. So we did find one of these that was pretty close to the actual size. This one actually fits the car a little bit better. You see here we got a little bit of space here between the filter and the car. So that actually looks really good. Alright, so Sammy got personalized plates, and if you know anything about her work background, which you guys probably don't, she works with electric vehicles a lot. So just knowing that, you'll understand these plates when you see them. You know, so
Yeah.
Only gas.
Only gas. Sad time.
wow.
Because our series is ending.
Oh yeah. Yep. So guys, Project Sally is finally coming to a close, and just wanted to run some numbers by you. So we came in on this project at right under $7,500. What? Yep. We kept notes of everything that we put on the car with prices and receipts, and that's not counting the steering wheel, and it's also not counting the wheels because that was a gift. We were going to have to buy tires anyway, but yeah, it was just under $7,500. And I was against this project at the beginning, like I mentioned, not because it was a Mustang, just because I didn't need another project. But I'm glad that we done it. I think Sam has learned a lot. She's definitely learned a lot about wrenching on cars, and I think she's going to enjoy this car a lot more just because of the work that we've done to it. Now, with all that said, I want to ask Sammy 2 questions, actually 3. Number 1, what was your favorite part about the restoration?
Probably spending all of those nights in the garage and we had our thing, and that was our thing.
Okay.
So we just had a lot of time together in the garage.
Is there any one particular segment that sticks out to you?
I really liked it when we filled up the new radiator and it overfilled everywhere. I don't know, it was funny.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
That was funny.
So, is there? All right. What was the part that you disliked about the whole project?
How much time it took?
Yeah,
How long it's been?
It's been off and on almost 3 years since we've been working on this car. And a lot of that had to do with our schedules. And then somebody decided to go away for college. And so she's at her second year away from college. So that really took up a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the Mustang is it basically had one whole bay locked up.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't do anything. So I've kind of been limited on what I could do. Is there any part of this car that we restored that you like the best?
Yeah.
What?
The horse horn.
Oh, the horse.
Yeah, I like the horse horn.
All right, so for me, I think my favorite part of this car is the interior. We purchased a set of leather seats, and we got a brand new NOS Ford steering wheel, and I think it totally transformed the way this car looks on the inside.
It definitely did.
I love the red leather, and to me, it looks like a different car. With that being said, the part of this restoration that really challenged me, that I was most nervous about, was that restraint control module, getting the codes cleared out of it. When we changed the seats, we had to go back in our original seat and pull the occupancy sensor out and redo all of that. And that was real nerve-wracking. Thank goodness I had not sold those seats yet. And that was uncharted waters for me, because back in the day when I grew up, if you wanted to change your seats out, well, you just went to a salvage yard and you got what you wanted. So, but yeah, not today. I think the other part of the restoration that I like the best is the wheels. I think the wheels really transformed the car. There's so many things that we've touched on this car that really improved it, I think, even all the way down to the work we did in the trunk.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of time spent in that trunk, and I think it really helped the car. So it's been a fun project. I learned a lot myself.
I like the headlights and the grill too. The grill.
Yeah, the pony package grill.
Package grill.
That was another part of the car that I just really like. So we really like the pony
I
package.
had to talk him into it. He didn't want pony package at first.
So, guys, this isn't the last you'll see of Project Sally. She's already talking about some mods, and we'll have it back on the channel for sure, and maybe even a true dual exhaust system or something like that. It's not the last you'll see of Project Sally, and hopefully this will encourage Sam to get out in the garage and work on these Camaros with us. So hopefully you'll see her on an up-and-coming episode of Project OverKill. Guys, we want to appreciate you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe if you hadn't. We'll see you next time.
Peace out. How did we do it in the other videos? Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.